Everybody, what's going on here? It's Anth Predicts. So today I have a new video for you, and this is breaking down the 2019 Louisiana Governor Election that just happened yesterday. So let's get into the results. So as you can see from this is John Bel Edwards, the incumbent Democrat governor, did win. He won re-election. He won with 51.3% of the vote to 48.7%, so very close race. So now I'm going to look at the map and kind of tell you what happened and where John Bel Edwards won and why it's a closer race this time around than last time around. So for starters, I'm going to show you the Wikipedia page for the 2015 election. Let me scroll down here, see if it has the full map. That was the runoff. So the runoff election saw that, but that's not really important. So here we go. So the actual results. John Bel Edwards got about 56.11% of the vote to 43.89. So basically 56 to 44%, which was a big win for the Democrats. This happened after incumbent Governor Bobby Jindal, who was not too popular at the time, couldn't run it for re-election again. So there was anti-incumbent, anti-Republican sentiment going on there. So John Bel Edwards runs. He wins in a very good environment. And now Republican Eddie Rispone is now running with Trump as president. And so John Bel Edwards won. And where did he win? Well, he did what every Democrat has to do. He ran up the numbers in Orleans County, where New Orleans is. He ran up the surrounding counties, big Democratic centers around these liberal cities. He also won some of the key suburbs. For instance, this suburb of Assumption Parish, not too big, but he won the suburb. That was a big one. Also, St. James Parish. These suburbs that typically used to vote Democrat that President Trump won in 2016 voted for John Bel Edwards, and that's definitely a warning sign for Republicans. Like Tancapahoa Parish, which I hope I said right, is a suburb, obviously very close, but look at that, 52-47. These are counties President Trump needs to win in 2016. Maybe Louisiana won't matter as much, and certainly in states in Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio, these are types of districts, suburban districts outside of main cities that President Trump needs to win. So John Bel Edwards won cities like New Orleans and Baton Rouge and Shreveport. We knew that was going to happen. But when he's winning suburbs like Tancapahoa, like St. Helena, like East Feliciana, and West Feliciana, when he's winning these types of suburban counties, St. Landry is a great example. St. Landry Parish, 51-48. John Bel Edwards beats Eddie Rispone. Sure, it's the governor election now, but if President Trump can't win these suburbs in Louisiana in 2020, that's going to be a big problem. Because if he's losing in Louisiana, he's going to lose in a lot of other states. Obviously, this is an off-year election. Turnout won't be as high. President Trump is a lot more appealing to voters than Eddie Rispone is. There are some reports. I read a political article that said that Eddie Rispone's campaign didn't do too good of a job running, and he had problems like connecting with people. Hopefully, President Trump will recognize the mistakes that Rispone made, and I don't think President Trump's Eddie Rispone. I don't think he'll make those mistakes in 2020. But nevertheless, Louisiana going for John Bel Edwards, and Kentucky not as much because Matt Bevin was very unpopular. But Louisiana, John Bel Edwards going out and winning after President Trump came down and campaigned for Eddie Rispone. I think it was 3 times. I'm not saying to sound the alarm if you're President Trump, but this definitely is not something you want to see. If you're President Trump, you're waking up today a lot more nervous than you did yesterday about 2020, because I know it's just a governor race, and to be quite honest, what happens here does not really affect the Democrats at all. Like, alright, it's one governorship that was already a Democrat, so nothing changes. John Bel Edwards is a very conservative Democrat, so it's basically like a Trump Republican versus like a liberal Republican. That's pretty much what this election was. But nevertheless, this shows Democrats can still win statewide in Republican seats and Republican states, And this could be a warning sign to Trump that President Trump is obviously very polarizing. We all know it. But this could be a warning sign that maybe some of his appeal he had in 2016, maybe it's slipping a little bit. Kentucky, you can make the argument that it wasn't really that much of a slip at all because Matt Bevin wasn't popular. But Louisiana, it happened twice in a row in a state where the Republican nominee was pretty popular, and the president came down and campaigned for you 3 times. And John Bel Edwards, don't get me wrong, was a very good candidate. He was a very popular governor. But you would think the president versus a governor of a state, you would think the president would have some sort of competitive advantage. And 51-49 basically is competitive, no doubt. But this isn't the best news for President Trump going into 2020. And President Trump and the Republicans need to see what's going on in these suburbs like Tangapoa, where you have a lot of suburban women and white college educated men that typically voted Republican that are now starting to go Democrat. I know winning the rural areas is great, but there aren't as many people in these rural areas. Like this one county that voted for Trump or for Eddie Rispone, excuse me. That's 50. That's 52-48. A lot of votes, but 52-48. That's a suburb. When these big numbers, you have to win them. You have to win probably not Helena, but Tangapoa you have to win. East Feliciana, West Feliciana, you got to win these. If you're President Trump or Republicans in 2020, you need to remedy those mistakes now and get them out of the way. If you don't win these suburban counties across America in 2020, you're going to see a Democrat. You're going to see a Democrat Senate, Democrat House, Democrat governors, and Democrat president in 2020. So Louisiana, not a complete referendum on President Trump because John Bel Edwards was a popular governor. But nevertheless, this is a warning sign to the Republicans, and this is not the greatest news for President Trump. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you do that, and I'll see you in the next video.